Howdy folks, hope you're all doing alright. This is Benny. You can see on the screen here, we're starting a new series on this channel, a head-to-head seasons mode. I wanted to do something a little bit, a variation on the Ultimate Team. And well, basically I also wanted to give myself a chance just to talk about football without having to remember any rules or upgrades or the player performances or anything like that. I can just talk pure football with some highlights running in the background. You can see here that we start off with Inter Milan. If you want to just pause the screen before we search for an opponent, you can see the team we're running through. I can't really show you all of the changes I make in the team management because it would just take too long, but you can see the team that we set up with. The reason we pick Inter Milan is because I think they're one of the best dark horse teams for head-to-head. If you ever come up against anybody in a head-to-head who isn't using the normal Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, they're using like the 4-star, the 4.5-star teams, I urge you to try Inter Milan because I think they're one of the best. They've got Samir Handanovic is one of the best keepers in the game. The back three of Hugo Campagnaro, Andrea Ranocchia and Juan Jesus is one of the best back threes you'll ever use. A perfect blend of height, strength and pace there. Andrea Ranocchia is actually one of the most underused players in this game. He's on the Ultimate Team and head-to-head. He's absolutely superb. He's 6'5". He's basically the Italian Mertesacker, but imagine Mertesacker with 60 pace. He's absolutely incredible. You can see here the first goal, it wasn't anything special. It's just your normal average dink over the top through ball pass. His goal to equalise with De Rossi, I just couldn't switch the defender. You can see here in the replay, he runs through with De Rossi. I couldn't get the defender, the right player I wanted. I couldn't switch. I couldn't get out to him soon enough. And De Rossi, the general, one of the most respected Italian players of all time, makes it 1-1. And that's how the first game ends. They're very strong in the middle as well. If you go with the midfield trio of Guarín, Hernández, the recently transferred Hernández, that's also one of the reasons I want to use Inter, just to check if Hernández was there. And Cambiasso. Cambiasso's waned a little bit. His star is on the fade. He's not as good as he was in previous years, but that midfield trio is one of the most well-rounded midfield trios you'll ever use. Guarín and Hernández are both strong, both good defensively, both good creatively. They're both good going forward. They're absolutely superb. Really enjoy using Inter Milan. The only weaknesses they really have is in the wide areas. Players like Jonathan and Nagatomo, for instance, are pace and nothing but pace. They are very quick, but that's about it. They're good for bombing down the line. If you like crossing, they're good for just sprinting down the line and crossing to Milito, who this year he's a bit disappointing. He's not, for me, he's not as good as he was in previous years. He's just a target man. He's just a guy to whip crosses in and hope he heads it in. That's really his main strength. So if you like the pace down the sides, Inter Milan are fantastic. But I like dribbling, I like shooting, I like doing skill moves with the wide midfielders, and Inter Milan just don't have that. You can see here the second team we pick is Valencia, and this is a team I really want to talk about because the Valencia right now in 2013, 2014 compared to the Valencia back in 2009, 2010, if you're looking in world football for one of the teams that's had the biggest transformation in terms of players out, players in, money out, Valencia have got to be one of the teams you look at. This is a team back in 2009, 2010 who had an attacking trio of Juan Mata, David Villa and David Silva. All three left. They've recently also lost Soldado, Pablo Hernandez, Jordi Alba, Joaquin. Isco was part of their youth setup as well. He spent quite a lot of his his entire youth career at Valencia, and obviously left to join Malaga and then to Real Madrid. And Valencia did get a portion of the sale on from Malaga to Real Madrid. But they've also lost people like Sergio Canales to Sociedad. They've loaned out people like Ever Banega. Guardado's gone to Leverkusen. Dorlan Pabon was their most expensive signing in the summer, and already in January he's already gone to Sao Paulo on loan. They've already got rid of him. Ali Sissoko's gone to Liverpool. Tino Costa went to Spartak Moscow. Fernando Gago went off to Argentina. They've literally, over the past 2 or 3 years, they've had their first team ripped out 2 or 3 times. They've lost well over 20 players, and to be honest with you, they're not the force they used to be. Back in 2009, 2010, it was Real Madrid, Barcelona, and then the other team, the team that was pushing them the closest, the team that was the favourite to finish in third was Valencia. They're not as good as they were anymore, but they're still very, very good on head-to-head because of that man you're seeing on the screen there, Jonas, at centre forward. He's also got an inform on Ultimate Team that is superb and only about 15k. But as you can see there, Jonas picks up all 4 goals, and he is absolutely fantastic. Some of his stats are fantastic for a centre forward. He's more of your goal scoring centre forward than your passing, creative centre forward. But you can see there, he's strong. He bustles about. I was using quite a lot of the stand tackles to try and nick the ball off the defenders when they were taking slow turns. That guy was playing 5 at the back. It didn't take me long. He had he was using Leon, and he had Umtiti Bisevic and who's the other one, Bakary Kone at the back. So I realised he was playing 5 at the back, and I dominated. I had all the chances, and I won that quite conclusively. You could see from the highlights at the end there, I was absolutely on top of the guy and really, really deserving of the win. So that's one of the biggest pluses about head-to-head is not all the time, but definitely far more often than Ultimate Team, the best player, the person that creates the most chances, the player that has most of the possession and most of the shots is the player that's going to win, which is why I really, really like using head-to-head. You can see our third and final team of the episode. We picked Schalke, and these are another dark horse team because they've got the keeper's weak, Farman. They have Farman, and who's the other one? I can't remember. I really can't remember. The weak of the keeper, the 2 centre-backs, Papadopoulos and Benedict Haverdes, are 2 of the best centre-backs. They're tall, they're strong, very good in the air, very aggressive, very powerful. Perfect centre-backs for this year's FIFA. Farfan is an absolute machine on the right mid, he really is. Boateng and Roman Nudstadter is the standout player from this team. You can see in one of the highlights coming up here, we almost score an own goal. I was panicking. I was a squeaky bum time there. I thought that was going to be going in. But you can see a highlight that's coming up soon just to show you how much of a brute Roman Nudstadter is. He's got the perfect stats for like a ball-winning centre mid. He's absolutely superb. Just coming up here now, you can see Melito cutting inside. Nudstadter steams across, wins the first ball, gets knocked over, wins the second ball with a slide tackle. He's an absolute machine. The only real letdown is Maximilian Meyer in the middle, the young German cam. In real life, he's one of the most promising young German players. He's right up there with the likes of Draxler and Mario Götze as being the future of the German team. But in Ultimate Team, and especially on head-to-head, he doesn't really have a very high-rated card, and he isn't very good at doing very much, so he was a bit of a letdown there. We pick up the 1 now. You can see here we've got 2 wins and 1 draw from the first 3 games. We've got 7 points. There'll be a next episode of this coming very, very quickly. I enjoyed talking about the football. Thanks, lads. Take care.